so fine, your kiss is one of a kind. Beauty and charm, let's walk arm in arm and hold tight and never let go. Oh, sweet love, I knew when I laid eyes on you, and you felt what I felt too. One single glance led to romance.
Good evening. Today is Friday, February 5, 2021 here in Cebu City. I'm Chari Coronel and this is SunStar Tonight. Due to the increasing COVID-19 cases, some isolation facilities in the cities of Cebu and Lapu-Lapu have already reached their full capacity. Kenneth Torres reports.
The NOAA complex has added 90 more beds to accommodate more patients with COVID-19. The Department of Health Central Visayas has authorized the NOAA complex to operate with a total bed capacity of 450. City Councilor Donaldo Hontiveros, who is also the assistant manager of NOAA complex, said the facility has exceeded its bed capacity of 360. Currently, 362 COVID-19 patients, including 22 newborn, are being housed at the NOAA complex. Meanwhile, Lapu-Lapu City government is temporarily using the Hoops Dome in Barangay Gunob as holding area for patients who contracted the virus. This after the Lapu-Lapu City College, one of the isolation facilities of the city, is now experiencing over-occupancy. Attorney Misael Tejano, the executive secretary of Mayor Junard Ahong Chan, said the city college has reached its capacity, which is 190. Tejano added asymptomatic patients recorded yesterday were advised to have home quarantine as the city is still preparing the Hoops Dome. The Hoops Dome can accommodate up to 150 patients. The over-occupancy is the result of the rising COVID-19 cases in the city. The DOH recorded 293 new cases in Central Visayas yesterday. Cebu City logged 131 new cases yesterday, bringing the total active cases to 1,817. While Lapu-Lapu City logged 33 new cases, bringing the total active cases to 327. Kenneth Torres, SunStar Tonight.
A 62-year-old woman was killed after a fire broke out in Sitio Upper San Roque, Barangay Bulacao, Cebu City, Thursday evening. Authorities identified the fatality as Lulisa Cabanula. Fire Officer 3 Emerson Arceo of the Cebu City Fire Department said the charred body of Cabanula was found among the ruins this morning. Based on the initial investigation, the fire started at 8:50 p.m. in the house of Cabanula. Firefighters put out the fire at 10:29 p.m. More than 100 houses were gutted by the fire. Investigators initially estimate the damage at 600,000 pesos. A lighted candle or faulty electrical wiring were the possible causes of the fire. The victims are temporarily seeking shelter at the Barangay Bulacao Community Gym. Various groups are calling for donations such as clothes, toiletries, food and drinking water for the victims. The inflation rate in the country has surged to 4.2% in January 2021. The Philippine Statistics Authority reported this is higher than the 3.5% in December 2020 and the 2.9% in January 2020. Core inflation, which excludes food and energy prices, was 3.4%, higher than the 3.3% in December 2020 and in January 2020. PSA said food and non-alcoholic beverages pushed inflation up in January. The inflation for this commodity basket spiked to 6.2% in January from 4.8% in December 2020. For food alone, inflation jumped to 6.6% from 2.1% in 2020 and 4.9% a month ago. Meat and vegetables both registered double-digit annual increases of 17.1% and 21.2% respectively, while fruits with 9%. Aside from the food and beverage, the transport with 8.6%, the restaurant and miscellaneous goods and services with 3% also contributed to the higher overall inflation in the country. Inflation in the National Capital Region rose to 4.3% in January 2021 from 3.2% in December 2020 and 2.7% in January last year. For areas outside NCR, inflation went up to 4.2% in January 2021 from 3.7% in December 2020 and 3% in January 2020. The Philippine Red Cross has started accepting clients today in Cebu for saliva COVID-19 test. Kenneth Torres reports.
The Philippine Red Cross has started rolling out of the saliva COVID-19 test in Cebu. More than 20 individuals have already made their reservations on the saliva testing at the PRC located in Barangay Bulacao in Mandaue City. Laboratory Supervisor Ariel Kevin Maniago said that the other PRC branches in the cities of Cebu, Lapu-Lapu, Bugo, and other nearby provinces such as Bohol and Siquijor are also their collection centers for saliva testing. He said they will receive the saliva samples by next week from the nearby branches and will be processed in their molecular laboratory. Maniago said that they have run a test the night before their first day of operation to check the concordance rate between the saliva testing and swab testing. According to Maniago, that it came out that both tests have 100% concordance rate, meaning the accuracy of the saliva testing is identical to swab testing. With the current machines in PRC's molecular laboratory, Maniago said that they can process 500 to 700 samples cumulative from the saliva testing samples and swab testing samples. Before undergoing the saliva test, an individual should not have any mouth activity 30 minutes. Mouth activity includes eating, drinking, smoking, and putting on lip makeup. PRC will only collect 1 milliliter to 2 milliliters. PRC said saliva testing is non-invasive, easy to collect, faster processing of results, and cheaper than the swab test. Saliva test costs 2,000 pesos, while the swab test is at 3,800 pesos. To book, visit their website book.redcross1158.com. Earlier, the province of Bohol announced it now allows the use of saliva test for tourists who wish to visit the province and as requirement for authorized persons outside of residence. Kenneth Torres, SunStar Tonight.
To get the latest, visit www.sunstar.com.ph. Follow us on our YouTube channel and official social media accounts on Twitter and Facebook. This has been SunStar Tonight. Thanks for watching. I'm Chari Coronel. See you again next week. Good night.